Hello and welcome to Numeril. Today we are starting our new part of Numeril, which is conducting interviews. And I think I want to call it Dialogue with DaRil. And boy, I tell you, I couldn't have chosen a better first guest than this guy that I have with me today. And his name is Tillman Watkins. What's up, Big T?
How's it going, my brother? It's great to be here, man. Thank you. Thank you so much for having me here, man. It's an honor.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Well, we thank you for taking time out of your busy schedule to be with us. And we have been looking forward to this for weeks. And finally, the time has arrived. So we're going to get with it, man. Amen.
Let's go. Yeah.
Yes, sir. So what I'm going to do is just read your bio to everybody to let them know who you are. And then we're going to let you tell everybody something about yourself. Tillman T. Watkins is a Louisiana native and a proud resident of Monroe's South Side. Tillman holds a master's degree in psychology from the University of Louisiana at Monroe, ULM. He is a certified accreditation specialist, a certified job coach, and is in training for a life coach certification. Tillman, 44, has devoted his life into a personal journey of improvement in health, wealth, strength, knowledge, and preparedness. Tillman is excited to share both what he has learned and what he is currently learning. Tillman's favorite two mottos, save the universe and live on 10, are all that are needed to describe his outlook on life. So we have with us Big T, as I call him, my guy, Tillman Watkins.
My homie, what's going on, man?
Yes, sir. Well, it's all good, man. Tell the viewing and possibly listening audience just a little bit about yourself, something I didn't capture in your bio.
Sure, yeah. So, like you said, my name is Tillman Watkins. I'm a native of Monroe, Louisiana. Been here on the South Side all my life. Okay. Born and bred on the South Side. I have a little bit of a hybrid in me because I actually was educated in the private school system. Okay. So if there are any St. Frederick Warriors out there, yes, you know, Warrior Nation. Yeah, and so, you know, I was able to kind of experience the best of both worlds growing up.
Got you.
You know, and so went to St. Frederick's. ULM is where I attended school, and you know, for so long I just thought about moving out of Monroe, going to the big city, going to the see the world. But as I've gotten older, I've become in love with this town. Yeah. And I really want to stick here and help people out here, help our community out, and just be an asset to this community right here. And so some of those things that you mentioned in my bio, it's all about just doing it right here in Monroe, Louisiana, and on the south side of Monroe, Louisiana. You know, I want my voice to be worldwide, but I'm based right here. And happy to be here. Yeah.
Yes, sir. Well, man, it is awesome that you have decided to stay, and I tell you, Monroe is better since you have made that decision.
Oh, and, God bless. Thank you.
Yeah, definitely. And I know sometimes people like to try to sleep on Monroe, and we're trying to get out of here. We're going to the next place, the next big place. But I've always loved Monroe since I've been here, man. This is home to me now. I've been here for a long time, about 28, going on 28 years. Right. And I'm like you said, I'm just staying put unless the Lord says otherwise.
But, exactly. Yeah.
It's a great place to raise a family. I've always said it's laid back. You know, the people are loving and kind, and I wouldn't trade it for the world. But like, as I stated, it's such a blessing that you have decided to stay, man.
And you're a native of New Orleans originally, right?
Yes, sir. Yes.
Yeah. Okay.
New Orleans, man.
Well, we definitely appreciate you up here too.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah. So professionally, what are you doing? I really, like I was mentioning to you, I didn't even realize you had so much going on, man. I was like, my dude has been holding back on me. You know, well, I know I do a lot, but when I meet someone else who is doing just as much, it's like, we got to come on, man.
Right.
Some of this tea. What's up?
Right.
So let everybody know what T is doing personally, professionally. You got so much going on, man.
Okay. And so, of course, and my background is in mental health counseling and behavioral health counseling. And I actually and I did that for almost 10 years. And then the Lord finally gave me the signal to let that go.
Got you.
And so I stopped doing that maybe about a year ago. And I devoted myself completely to the consulting business. And by consulting, I mean, I go to mental health agencies and I help them to get ready for their accreditations, for their audits, for their any kind of surveys they may have.
Yeah.
And so in the last year, I have just decided to go full blast on that.
Okay.
To just totally devote myself to being a consultant for these agencies. On the side, that's my full-time passionate thing.
Okay.
On the side, I also have a part-time job as what they call an accreditation specialist. And basically that means I go all over the United States to facilities, and that's when I have to wear my suit and tie.
Got you.
And I talk to, and I do accreditation for facilities. So I make sure that facilities are meeting the standards that they need to be to receive accreditation. And accreditation is important to a facility because it makes sure they get funded by the state and things like that. And so I do that part-time, full-time. My side thing is just doing the consulting. And then alongside that, I do some coaching and things like that. I guess I don't want to get too far into it too early, but so I started doing the consulting, and other people would come up to me and say, "Well, I need some help in this avenue. I need help." And I had a young lady that said, "I need help writing a book." I've never written a book before in my life, but I was able to help them, research it, figure out what needed to be done, things like that. I had a lady who was running for an alderman in a small city, and they needed help with the campaign. I've never ran for a campaign in my life, but I was able to help them research it, market it, do the videos and things. And so that's why I decided I need to be also a coach on top of the consulting. And so those are the two things I'm basically doing right now. Was that a rant? Did I go off?
No, man, you good. You good. That's what we want. That's what everybody wants to know. What Big T is up to.
Yeah, so coaching, consulting, and then I also, like I said, I want to this year I want to focus on coaching more with young men. Because I want young men and older men. I'm an older guy, so young men and older men just to develop their lives. Just some personal development in their lives. And so that's a new avenue that we're doing with New Elevation. So personal development for men. So
Wonderful, man. So I like the idea of the consulting and coaching going together, that blends, as you stated. And I know you said I know at the time, more than likely when you helped the lady publish the book, you hadn't really done your own thing. But recently you put out, like you said, a little teaser, a little preview of more to come, the ebook that I'm really loving. So tell the audience about that.
And so I put out an ebook that you can find on tillmanwatkins.com. And it's actually, it's on there right now. And actually, I think I have it set up now promotional wise that if you log into tillmanwatkins.com and leave an email address or leave a little message, you can actually download that book for free. But it just talks about, it's a coaching book. And it talks about how to build your business, how to build your tribe within your business, how to understand your clients, how to understand your employees, and how to get just a good picture, holistic picture of everything that's going on in your company. If you don't understand your clients, if you don't understand your employees, you don't understand the business, because that's the meat of it. Especially in the business that I worked in, mental health, we had to have our counselors. The counselors were just the backbone, and we have to have our clients. The clients are the people we love and we support. And so I think it's just important for a business owner to understand that those people are super important and you need to bring them in. And it just needs to be this nice holistic bonding of all those people. I call it a tribe.
I love it. And the most important thing you said is basically bringing them together, you said, and then also understanding where they are, being able to meet them. And I would say as a coach and consultant, or I would ask the question, what do you think is the most vital characteristic or trait that a coach or consultant really needs? Or say an entrepreneur, business owner.
Sure. So for a consultant, I would say the main thing that you need is a strong knowledge base in a particular area.
Okay.
That's why I consider myself a behavioral health consultant, because my background is behavioral health, my degrees are in behavioral health, all my experience is in behavioral health, and so I'm able to give them some solid, fact-based, evidence-based information when I consult. Like I say, with my coaching, I had never written a book in my life at that point.
Yeah.
And this was a children's book, so I've never written a children's book.
Yes.
I've never run for a political office. And so for that, I was just able to handle that effectively by having a level of understanding.
Got you.
Right?
Got you.
So understanding my client, understanding their needs, understanding their desires and their passions, and saying, you know, let me help you.
Yes.
You know, uncover those passions. I don't understand how to write a children's book, but I understand passion.
There you go.
Right?
There you go.
I don't understand how to run for alderman, but I understand passion. So I'll say, well, if you have a passion for it, you know, let's do the research. Let's figure out what we have to do. Let's brainstorm. Let's mastermind. Let's do whatever we have to do to make the end result is still the same. Even though I don't know the specific thing, the end result is still the same. And so knowledge, as far as consulting goes, for coaching, just a understanding, being able to build a rapport, and understanding that client's needs.
There you go. There you go. Awesome. So basically that knowledge where you, as you're stating, specializing in something, and oftentimes it has to, or it ties in with and aligns with your background, your experience, as you stated, you know, in behavioral health. And then also just, like you said, understanding that client. And I think one critical component that people need, especially leaders, is listening. And I always say, you know, you got to listen with your ears. That's for the content and the information, but then listen with your heart. And that's what you're talking about, the passion, you know, be able to discern and detect also sometimes what people aren't vocalizing, but you can still discern and know that in their spirit, okay, this is what's really going on. They're saying this, but this is what I'm really hearing. Yeah.
Exactly. And I think that is, I think that's the line. I think that's what determines, you know, a good coach from someone who's just, you know, sitting there and, like I say, waiting to talk. Or waiting to give you, I'm going to give you some advice that I read in a Tony Robbins book or a Dave Ramsey book. You know, that's one kind of coach, but then you have other kind who's willing to listen to you, understand what you're trying to do, and saying, you know, let's work it out. Let's work our way through this, you know. So
that's absolutely awesome, man. That's awesome. Those are some great nuggets of wisdom, man. Nuggets of wisdom. So thank you for sharing about your book and some of the, you know, the takeaways that people can get from it. And you guys, you got to go check it out. I got a copy of it. I was telling Tillman, I ran into a busy season. I had planned on reading a bunch of books during the Christmas holidays. And that just did not happen. Went out of town and just lost track of time. That was a blur. But I'm going to definitely finish his book. It is awesome. He has lots of tidbits of wisdom for entrepreneurs, business owners, and he helps you, like you said, dealing with compliance and things of that nature.
Yeah.
And so I know we kind of spoke about it briefly before we started the interview, but how did you arrive at, you know, creating your product or your service that you're doing, man? What motivated you to say, okay, I'm going to do this?
Yeah.
I'm going to do this coaching and consulting. Was it just a need? What was it?
It's always been in my heart to want to do it for you know, maybe 2 years now. I've always been saying I need to do it. I need it to happen. But the thing that spurred it on is, I think the thing that spurred on a lot of different people's new hobbies, and that's COVID-19.
Yeah. Okay.
After COVID-19, everything shut down. Behavioral health facilities, you know, you weren't allowed to go in behavioral health facilities, you know, and things like that. And so I sat at home, and at first I was doing stuff like I learned how to put up shelving. I'm looking at my
Oh
shelves I
wow,
put up. I
cool,
learned how to
cool.
put up shelvings. I learned how to grill on the barbecue grill.
Oh yeah,
I bought a power washer and I power washed the entire house, you know.
yeah, yeah. You got
Power
with
wash the
it,
time.
man.
I was just trying to find something to do,
Yeah,
right?
yeah,
And
yeah.
then eventually I started saying, well, let me try to focus on the consulting gig, you
There
know.
you go. There you
And
go.
because people are still calling me and asking me questions. And so
Yeah,
I said, well, we got Zoom. Zoom is a thing now.
yes,
And so I can do my consulting on Zoom and
yeah,
do my consulting over the phone call. And so I think the Lord has said, you know, knock, knock, hello, that thing that you've always wanted to do.
yeah,
I'm giving you the opportunity to do it now.
yes.
It's a big old wide open door.
Mm-hmm.
Probably going to be that way for the next year and a half.
Yeah, yeah.
So, you know, so you need to go ahead and start working on that. And so that's what I did. I just buckled down and I started working on that, trying to build my clientele, trying to build my marketing.
Okay.
Uh, Finally got my, you know, my LLC, you know,
Okay.
got that,
Good.
you know,
Good.
so I think just want to go ahead and be like legit and, you know,
Yeah.
be the
Yeah.
real deal.
Definitely. Definitely.
And so I would say that it was always in my heart. I always want to consult. I always want to do things with men and help them,
Yes.
build up their personal development and stuff. But this last year and a half,
Mm-hmm.
the Lord just gave me the door. Just like,
Yeah.
you might as well do it now.
Yeah.
What else do you have going on, right? So yeah,
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
that's
Got you.
all. Yeah,
Well, man, that's awesome that you went on ahead and did it. But I like the fact that you said, basically, I always say you're pregnant with it. And you
yeah,
had this within you for a couple of years, but then at the right time, you were able to give birth to it and release
that's
it.
it.
As you
That's
stated,
it.
the climate, the situation, everything was right and right for you
That's
to
it.
be able to release that.
Absolutely, absolutely. And I'll tell you, man. And I'm not gonna sit here and say that it's easy.
Oh, no.
I'm not gonna say it's not easy, but man, I mean, windows are really opening, opportunities are really opening,
Yes.
and I have days where I'm just like, how am I gonna get the bills paid next month? But
Yes.
then, pling, phone call, new
Yes.
client,
Yes. Yes.
send me
Yes.
the contract,
Amen.
contract approved, and so like I said, it's some ups and some downs, but I mean, I'm just blessed that I decided to take that jump,
Yes.
and that things are just God's just blessing me, and things are really just rolling at a pretty good pace. So
Yes. And I
I'm
love it. You
happy.
said taking that jump. In other
That's
words,
it.
you took a leap of faith and you just went after that thing.
Yeah, that's it. That's what you got to do.
Yeah.
That's what you got to do. You got to take that leap because I mean, fear will hold you back.
Yes.
Fear will hold you back, and just this fear of failure will
Mhm.
hold you back. But you have to go ahead and take that leap, take that jump. And
Okay.
maybe it doesn't work the first time, but you'll
Yeah.
never know unless you give it a try.
Okay.
You'll never know unless you give it a try. So it's something I try to teach. I try to teach that to men is that don't fear
Mhm.
failing.
There you
Give it a
go.
shot. Give it a
Yeah.
shot.
Yeah.
And so what? Hey, if something goes wrong, what's the worst thing that can happen? Back to the drawing board. That's all.
Yeah. And so
You're still here. Yeah. So
yeah, I try to encourage people, which I love, like you said, don't fear that failure.
yeah,
Just
no.
chalk it up as a learning experience.
That's
You
it.
learn
When I go
what.
to
Mhm.
I'm sorry, you and
No,
I,
no.
we both used to go to the gym back in the day, before
Yeah.
the Rona. And
Yeah.
sometimes when you're lifting weights, you
Yeah.
lift, and
Mhm.
you lift until you fail. Like you want to fail, right?
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
so that's why I
Yeah.
tell people, don't fear the failure. Just know
Yeah.
that, know when you hit that wall,
Yeah.
you've reached a limit that
Yeah.
next time it's time for you to break through it.
That's it. That's
Next
it.
time you just have to break through it. So when I'm
Mhm.
lifting and I can only get so many reps up,
Mhm.
that's okay because I know next time, I can probably
Push.
break through that,
Don't push
So
through
yeah.
it. Yeah, I
Yeah.
love it. I love it.
Push
So
it
in
to the
essence,
limit.
yeah, yeah, yeah. Gotcha,
Yeah.
gotcha, man. So that opposition builds that strength and that character in
Absolutely.
you anyway. And like you said, it causes you to have to push through it
That's
because
it.
that resistance is going to be there regardless. I think a lot
Exactly.
of creatives, entrepreneurs, aspiring creatives and aspiring entrepreneurs, as you stated, fear that failure and they fear that opposition too. They fear
Yeah.
that ridicule coming from others, the haters, the harsh criticism that may come. Did you face any of that as opposition, or what were some of your challenges? If you don't.
So I would say my biggest, you know what? I would say my biggest opposition, and it's just friends and family
Oh.
who don't understand, the entrepreneur process.
Mm.
And I think they mean well. They're not haters. They're not trying to sabotage me, but they just think they know what's in your best interest, and so they want you to play it safe.
Yeah.
And they want you to make it easy. But like you said, we get strong from resistance, right? And so if you play it easy, you're never going to get stronger,
Yeah.
If you take, if you play the easy way, the easy route, you're never going to grow. You're never going to get stronger in your body or in your mind or and whatever. And so, you have these friends who are just like, no, that seems kind of risky.
Yeah.
You might not want to do that, or if I were you, I would just do this, or if I were you, I would just,
Yeah.
And like I say, I believe they mean well, but I have in my head like what I want. Okay, so a few weeks ago, I took a course that you were actually promoting.
Okay.
A course that you were actually promoting and you were presenting at, and one of the other presenters asked you to close your eyes and visualize like where you want to be and what you want to do. And so, and I do that. I literally do that all the time, even before that presentation. And so when someone tells me, oh, but you should do this, you should do that, it's like, I'm sorry, I've already visualized in my head. Like I got the dream is right here in front of me. And I can't stray to the left or the right now, and I appreciate you, and I know you mean well for me, but I got the vision. I've jotted it down, and I'm headed full speed ahead in that direction. So, yeah.
Yes, sir. Love it. Love it. Love it. Love it.
Yeah.
And man, as you stated, visualization is so important because there are a few things that it does. One thing is it breeds direction. Because once you see it, and I like to compare it to a map. When you look at a map and you see your destination where you're going, it lets you know which direction to go into. And so when you have that vision, that mental, that pictorial image of your destiny, where you want to go, what you want to become, then that helps you to know exactly where you're going. And I love what you said, T. You said when the people will come and say, well, you should do it like this and that, you're like, no. I already got the vision. In other words, I see the route. I know what I'm supposed to be doing. I got my orders, I know my objectives, my goals, my tasks. Let me do this. I appreciate you.
Right. I appreciate it. I appreciate it. And I know you mean well, but I got this, I mean, me and the Lord, we've prayed about this. He's shown me that this is it. And we rolling. I'm sorry. This train's rolling.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yeah, you were right, man. And I always try to tell people you have to plot your own course, navigate your own destiny there. And that's exactly what you're doing. You have to become proactive and take control of it. Because if not, you have to write your own autobiography. Because if you just write your biography, that's a story written for you, but by someone else. When you allow people to just have so much control and dictate your life, that's what you're doing. But at some point, you have to become an autobiographer and say, look, hold up. Thank you for your ideas and concepts, but it's not aligning with the vision. It's not taking me into the direction that I know I'm supposed to be going in. You know?
At some point, you have to go ahead and do that. Yeah, absolutely.
Definitely, man. Well, that's some awesome insight there. That's some awesome insight. So I guess as thinking about creatives, thinking about entrepreneurs, those who are aspiring to do it, I know you said just jump, take that leap, but is there any other advice you would give a creative regarding pursuing their dreams? And this is right on time with the vision there.
Yeah. I would say just know your vision and just do what you're passionate about and don't worry about what other people might say.
Yeah.
And don't worry about how many likes you may get or thumbs up you may get. I would say just make sure that you're what you're doing, your product, make sure you're passionate about that, because someone's going to be affected by that. You're going to touch somebody, right? And it may not be a bunch of, millions of superficial people. It may just be one or two people who sincerely need what you have to offer.
Yes. Yes.
And so if someone once told me, throw it out there, and if you can get just one or two people just to comment and just say that this was life-changing to me, what you said, it's all worth it.
Yeah.
Right. And so, if you can only get one person a month, or even that, maybe get one person a month, maybe you get one person every 2 months, you get 12 people in a year. And those people are like, man, what you said really touched me, or touched my son, or, it really changed my life. Man, it's all worth it.
Yes.
And that's just way better than, a million likes. Some people sign up for services where they get bots to like their posts, so they have 2 million followers, but they're fake followers, they're just people. There are people that follow you just because you follow them, or something like that. It's something fake about it,
Yes, yeah.
Don't worry about the fake, so keep it organic, keep it sincere, and like I said, just that's what I do. That's because that's when you can continue to be creative. If you feel like you have to do what the thousands want, what the masses want, you lose your creativity, and you start being with what they want you to be.
Exactly.
Yeah, so that would be my suggestion. Keep it. Stay true. Stay true. No matter how big you get, just stay true. Yeah.
There you go. Oh man, that's awesome. That's awesome.
Yeah, man.
So in looking at the discussion, the interview we've had tonight, the conversation, there are several things that have stuck out in my mind. And one thing you said was about knowledge, being knowledgeable. And this is something that can be transferred across the board, not just for the coaching and consulting, but whatever you do, you need to know. You have to have that knowledge. And I talk about knowledge, wisdom, and understanding. But knowing what to do, wisdom is your ability to apply it, and understanding is if you can explain it to others. But the key is that knowledge and wisdom, knowing what to do, then doing it. Another thing you spoke of, you talked about passion, man. That's a critical ingredient there.
Yeah.
That you got to have that passion. And as you stated, you might not have all the knowledge, but if you have the passion, you can obtain the knowledge.
That's it. Right.
Yeah. And so you research it yourself, or you go to someone like T, you find somebody in your field doing what you want to do, and you can study and research and get that information on your own. And then another critical trait you mentioned was vision. You talked about vision, being able to see where you're going, plot that course, and go after it. And the last thing you talked about was just being true to yourself.
Yeah.
And so I believe those who are viewing, those who are listening, if you take all of those 4 components and the rest of what T shared and that we've shared tonight, then I believe it can really transform your life and help you to accomplish those goals and fulfill those dreams that you've had buried inside of you all this time. So at this point, man, praise God. So at this time, we're about to come to a close.
What?
Man, does time fly by fast or what?
Man, I'm loving it. I was loving it, man.
Yeah. Like I said, we're going to do this again, man.
I say you got to invite me back. That's all.
Yes, sir. You might be a regular, man. You might be
I
a
love
regular. DaRil and Till, But yeah, so we'll do it. Is there any final remarks you want to share with the people before we get you to give your different websites and stuff? Is there any one thing you want to leave the viewers and listeners with tonight?
So I would just say that's a good question. There's so much I would want to leave with them. If I could say one thing to my men out there and my women as well, it's just do your best to be a better person every day, right? And make that thing infectious. I have this motto, save the universe. And people always ask me what that means, right? So, but if you can begin to build in yourself and make yourself a better person, develop a better person inside of you, people are going to see that, and that's going to spread. That's going to spread within your family. That influence is going to spread in the community.
Yeah.
And I say, you might want to say it's going to spread to the universe,
That
positive vibe and that positivity is going to spread to the, spread amongst the universe. So all I would say is just get up in the morning and just say to yourself, I'm going to make this a better day than yesterday. And just watch how many people feed off of that positive energy and off of that, off of that goodwill. And so I would say that,
Okay, awesome. Thank you for that, man. So just be a better version of yourself every day. Let that be
every
the goal.
day.
If you don't have anything else, that's what you do. Focus on that.
Yeah.
Well, tell the viewers and listeners where they can find you, man, on Facebook, Twitter, your website. Just let them know everything. And we're going to include it also in the show notes, but if you can verbalize it for them.
And so if you want to see me on Instagram, you can follow me on Instagram.com/Tillman Watkins. That's where you get to see good inspirational quotes, and you also get to see pictures of me dressed like a lumberjack, because that's what I like. That's what I like to do in my spare time, is chop wood in my backyard, and so you'll get to see little funny pictures of me as well as inspirational quotes. You can follow me on TillmanWatkins.com, and that's where you can get more info on the consulting and the coaching and things like that. Also, the book that you mentioned, you can actually download that book for free right now, just by going to the website. You can follow me on Facebook, T Watkins Biz. You can have that description down below. Just Google Tillman Watkins. I'm sure I'm on LinkedIn, everything else.
Okay.
And so but anyway, you guys want to contact me, I would love to hear from you. That's it. I appreciate it, man.
Okay. Well, man, it's been a blessing. We appreciate you taking time out of your busy schedule, T. It's been wonderful, and I know that the viewing and listening audience are going to be blessed by the inspiration you provided, as well as the wisdom and the information, man, that you dropped. I mean, it's just heavy, it's powerful, and it's actionable. That's what I love. It can be implemented, and it will bring about results. So we truly thank you for coming on. We thank everyone for tuning in, either listening or viewing. This has been Numeril, Dialogue with DaRil, and we had our own Mr. Tillman Watkins. So we appreciate you guys. Be blessed. Until next time, we'll see you later. Thank you so much for tuning in to today's episode of Numeril. We hope that you have received something that was very valuable. We look forward to being with you in the next episode. God bless.